What if I told you that the biggest mistake most people make with money doesn't happen when they go shopping? It happens within the first hour after they get paid. Think about it. Your paycheck hits your account. You check your balance, maybe breathe a little easier, and suddenly you feel like you're rich again. You order takeout because you've had a long week. You finally buy that gadget you've been looking at. You stop for coffee, maybe pick up a few things at the store, and before you know it, hundreds of dollars have disappeared. Then 2 weeks later, you're wondering where your paycheck went. Here's the truth. Your paycheck isn't disappearing by accident. It's disappearing because it doesn't have a plan. The good news is that building wealth isn't about making six figures. It's not about finding the perfect investment or winning the lottery. It's about what you do in the first few minutes after your paycheck arrives. Today, we're going to break down the first 5 moves you should make every single payday if you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, reduce financial stress, and start building real wealth, even if you're starting from scratch. These aren't complicated financial hacks. You don't need a finance degree. You don't need thousands of dollars sitting in your bank account. All you need is a system. Because the people who seem to have their finances together usually aren't smarter than everyone else. They've simply built habits that make good financial decisions automatic. By the end of this video, you'll have a simple paycheck game plan that you can start using with your very next paycheck. Let's get started. The first move is something that almost everyone skips. And ironically, it's the one that makes every other financial decision easier. Move number 1. Pause before you spend. This sounds almost too simple. Your paycheck arrives. Do nothing. Seriously. Don't immediately open Amazon. Don't browse online stores. Don't go out celebrating because payday finally came. Don't convince yourself you've earned a little treat. Just pause. Why does this matter so much? Because your brain treats fresh money differently than money that's been sitting in your account for a few days. Behavioral economists call this the wealth effect. When you suddenly see a larger balance in your checking account, your brain feels wealthier than it actually is. Imagine your account balance jumps from $120 to $2,120 after payday. For a brief moment, it feels like you have over $2,000 available to spend. But you don't. Rent is still coming. Utilities are still coming. Insurance is still coming. Your grocery budget still needs to last. That money already has jobs waiting for it. The problem is that your brain sees the total balance, not what's actually available after your obligations are covered. That's why people often spend more in the first few days after payday than at any other point during the pay period. They mistake temporary cash flow for permanent wealth. Here's a simple habit that can completely change this. Every payday, give yourself a mandatory 24-hour pause before making any non-essential purchases. Notice what we said, non-essential. If you need gas to get to work, that's different. If you need groceries for dinner, that's different. We're talking about impulse spending. Those random online purchases, the late-night food delivery, the limited time sale that somehow happens every week, the new pair of shoes you suddenly decided you couldn't live without. Most impulse purchases lose their excitement after a day. You'll be surprised how many things you wanted yesterday that you don't even think about today. This one habit alone can save hundreds of dollars every month without making you feel deprived. Think of your paycheck like pouring water into a bucket with holes. If you don't plug the holes first, the water disappears before you can use it for what actually matters. The pause gives you time to plug those holes. Now, once you've taken that pause, it's time for the second move. And this is where you begin taking control instead of reacting. Move number 2, pay your future self first. Most people pay everyone else first. The landlord gets paid. The electric company gets paid. The phone company gets paid. The streaming subscriptions get paid. The credit card gets paid. And if there's anything left over, maybe they'll save some. But somehow there's never much left. Sound familiar? The problem isn't necessarily your income. The problem is the order. Saving what's left over almost never works because human beings are incredibly good at spending what's available. If your checking account says there's money there, your brain naturally starts assigning it to things you want. Instead, flip the script. The moment your paycheck arrives, transfer money into savings before you pay for anything that isn't due immediately. Even if it's only $20, even if it's only $50, even if it's just 1% of your paycheck. The amount matters far less than the habit. Because saving isn't just about building money, it's about building identity. Every payday that you save something, you're proving to yourself that you're someone who prioritizes your future. That identity compounds just like your savings do. Let's say you earn $2,500 every month after taxes. If you automatically move just 5% into savings, that's $125. After 1 year, that's $1,500 before any interest. Increase that over time and suddenly you're building an emergency fund. Eventually you're investing. Then your investments begin earning money on their own. That's how wealth begins. Not through giant leaps, through consistent, boring decisions repeated over and over again. Automation makes this even easier. Instead of relying on willpower every payday, schedule an automatic transfer to happen the same day your paycheck arrives. Then you never have to decide whether to save. It's already done. Remember this simple phrase: don't save what's left after spending. Spend what's left after saving. That single mindset shift has transformed countless financial lives. Now, some people might say, I can't afford to save anything. But here's the reality. If you truly can't save because every dollar is already committed to necessities, then you've discovered something incredibly valuable. You don't have a spending problem. You have an income and expense gap. And recognizing that is the first step towards solving it through budgeting, reducing expenses, or increasing income. Ignoring it won't make it disappear. Facing it gives you options. Once your savings transfer is complete, it's time for the third move. This is where your paycheck starts working with purpose instead of disappearing without explanation. Move number 3. Cover your essential bills immediately. There's a reason financially stable people often seem so relaxed around bill time. It's not because they love paying bills. It's because they've removed uncertainty. When your paycheck comes in, pay the essential bills as soon as possible. Housing, utilities, insurance, transportation, minimum debt payments, anything that keeps your life running. Why? Because every unpaid bill quietly occupies space in your mind. Even when you're not actively thinking about it, it's creating background stress. You've probably experienced it before. You're watching TV, you're out with friends, you're trying to enjoy your weekend. But somewhere in the back of your mind you're wondering, did I remember to pay that bill? When is my credit card due? Can I wait until next Friday? That mental burden drains energy. Paying essential bills early removes that burden. Now you know exactly what's left. No guessing, no surprises, no accidental overdrafts. This also protects you from one of the most expensive habits people develop: late fees. Late fees seem small at first. $25 here, $35 there. A missed payment penalty, interest charges, reconnect fees. Over the course of a year, those little mistakes can cost hundreds of dollars. Money that could have gone toward your emergency fund, or investments, or paying off debt faster. Instead, imagine this scenario. Your paycheck hits on Friday morning. By Friday afternoon, every major bill due before your next paycheck has already been paid or scheduled. Now the money remaining in your account is actually available. That feeling is incredibly freeing. You're no longer wondering what belongs to your bills and what belongs to you. You've already handled the important part. And here's something else that many beginners don't realize. Paying bills consistently and on time doesn't just keep the lights on. It also helps build a stronger financial reputation over time, making future borrowing less expensive if you ever need it. That's a long-term benefit created by a short-term habit. Notice the pattern so far. None of these steps require earning more money. They're about making smarter decisions with the money you already have. And that's encouraging because habits are something you can change starting today. The fourth move is where many people accidentally sabotage all the progress they've made. We'll cover that next, along with one simple trick that can make overspending dramatically less likely. Move number 4. Give every remaining dollar a job. At this point, you've already done 3 incredibly important things. You didn't rush into spending. You paid your future self first. You covered your essential bills. Now comes the part that separates people who always know where their money went from those who constantly wonder what happened to their paycheck. Every dollar that's left needs an assignment. Notice I didn't say you need to spend every dollar. I said every dollar needs a job. There's a huge difference. Imagine your paycheck is a group of employees showing up for work. If nobody tells them what to do, they'll wander around all day accomplishing very little. Your money works the same way. Unassigned dollars have a funny habit of disappearing. A coffee here, a streaming subscription there, a quick stop at the convenience store, a couple of online purchases. None of them seem like a big deal on their own, but together they quietly drain your account. Instead, create categories before the spending happens. For example, maybe your remaining money looks something like this: $300 for groceries, $100 for gas, $100 for eating out, $50 for entertainment, $75 for personal spending, $100 toward paying down debt faster. Whatever numbers fit your situation, the principle stays the same. The money already knows where it's going before you swipe your card. This is what people mean when they talk about budgeting. Unfortunately, budgeting has gotten a bad reputation. People hear the word budget and imagine a spreadsheet that tells them they can't have any fun. That's not what a budget is. A budget is simply a plan. Think about it this way. If you were taking a road trip, you wouldn't just start driving without knowing your destination. You'd map the route. You'd know where you're stopping. You'd estimate how much gas you'll need. Your paycheck deserves the same kind of planning. Without a plan, you're just driving until you run out of fuel. One of the easiest methods for beginners is to use separate spending categories. Some people use budgeting apps. Others use multiple bank accounts. Some prefer the cash envelope method. There's no perfect system. The best system is the one you'll actually stick with. Let's say you've given yourself a $100 dining out budget for the next 2 weeks. If you've spent $80, you immediately know you only have $20 left. That knowledge changes your decisions. Instead of ordering takeout 3 nights in a row, you might decide to cook dinner and save that last $20 for meeting friends over the weekend. You're still enjoying life. You're just spending intentionally. Here's another mindset shift that can completely change the way you think about money. Instead of asking yourself, "Can I afford this?" ask, "What am I willing to give up for this?" Because every dollar can only be spent once. If you buy a $60 pair of headphones you weren't planning on buying, that same $60 can't also go toward your emergency fund. If you spend $40 on impulse purchases at the checkout line, that's $40 that can't reduce your credit card balance. Every purchase has an opportunity cost. Once you start seeing those trade-offs, impulse spending becomes much easier to resist. Now, this doesn't mean you should never enjoy your money. In fact, that's one of the biggest mistakes beginners make. They create budgets that are so restrictive they feel miserable. Then after a week or 2, they give up completely. A sustainable budget includes fun. If you enjoy grabbing coffee every Saturday morning, put coffee in the budget. If you love going to the movies once a month, budget for it. The goal isn't to eliminate enjoyment. The goal is to remove guilt. There's a huge difference between buying something because you planned for it and buying something because you hoped you'd figure it out later. Planned spending feels good. Impulse spending often feels exciting for 5 minutes and stressful for 2 weeks. Now here's a challenge for your next payday. Before you spend a single dollar on discretionary purchases, write down exactly where every remaining dollar is supposed to go. Not mentally. Actually write it down. It takes less than 10 minutes. Those 10 minutes could save you hundreds of dollars over the course of a year. And now we've reached the 5th and final move. Ironically, it's the one that most people ignore because it doesn't feel urgent. But over time, it can completely transform your financial future. Move number 5. Review your progress before your next paycheck. Most people think managing money only happens on payday. But the real magic happens between paydays. Imagine trying to lose weight without ever stepping on a scale, or trying to improve your grades without ever looking at your test scores. You'd have no idea whether you're making progress. Money works the same way. At least once before your next paycheck arrives, spend 10 or 15 minutes reviewing your finances. Ask yourself a few simple questions. How much did I save? Did I stay within my spending plan? What unexpected expenses came up? Did I overspend in any category? If I did, why? Was it because my budget was unrealistic? Or because I made emotional decisions? These questions aren't meant to make you feel guilty. They're meant to help you improve. Think of your finances like learning any new skill. If you're learning to play guitar, you don't expect to be perfect after one lesson. You practice. You make mistakes. You adjust. Then you get a little better. Money management works exactly the same way. One month you might realize you're constantly underestimating your grocery budget. Instead of pretending that groceries only cost $250 when they actually cost $350, update your plan. Now your budget reflects reality instead of wishful thinking. Maybe you notice you're spending far more on food delivery than you realized. Not because you're irresponsible, but because small purchases are easy to overlook. A $20 dinner doesn't seem like much. Neither does another $18 lunch, or another $15 coffee run. But when you review your spending, you discover those small purchases added up to $280. That awareness alone can change your behavior. Here's another powerful habit. Every payday, compare yourself to only one person. The version of you from your last paycheck. Not your co-workers. Not influencers on social media. Not people driving expensive cars. Financial progress isn't about keeping up with someone else's life. It's about improving your own. Maybe last month you saved $25. This month you saved $40. That's progress. Maybe you paid an extra $50 toward your debt. That's progress. Maybe you avoided 3 impulse purchases that you would have made 6 months ago. That's progress too. Success with money rarely comes from one massive decision. It comes from hundreds of small decisions that point in the same direction. That's why consistency beats perfection every single time. There will be months when unexpected expenses show up. Your car needs repairs. Your pet gets sick. Your washing machine breaks. Life happens. Those moments don't mean your financial plan failed. They mean your financial plan is being tested. And every time you recover without falling into panic, you're becoming stronger financially. The goal isn't to have a perfect month. The goal is to keep moving forward. When you repeat these 5 moves every payday, something interesting starts to happen. Managing money becomes less emotional. You stop wondering if you'll have enough. You stop avoiding your bank account because you're afraid of what you'll see. Instead, you gain confidence. Not because you're suddenly rich, but because you're finally in control. And control is one of the most valuable things money can buy. Think back to where we started. Most people believe financial success depends on making more money. And while increasing your income can absolutely help, it's only part of the equation. If someone earning $50,000 has a solid plan for every paycheck, they'll often make more financial progress than someone earning $80,000 with no plan at all. Income creates opportunity. Habits determine the outcome. So let's quickly recap your paycheck game plan. First, pause before spending so you don't let emotions control your decisions. Second, pay your future self first by automatically saving something from every paycheck, even if it's a small amount. Third, pay your essential bills as early as possible so your obligations are covered and your mind is clear. Fourth, give every remaining dollar a job before it has the chance to disappear. And fifth, review your progress before the next payday so you can improve one paycheck at a time. None of these steps are flashy. None of them will make you a millionaire overnight. But together, they're the foundation that almost every financially successful person has built their wealth on. Remember, your paycheck is more than money entering your bank account. It's another opportunity to move one step closer to financial freedom. Every payday gives you a choice. You can let your money disappear without a plan, or you can tell every dollar exactly where to go. The choice you make today doesn't just affect this paycheck. It shapes your financial future for years to come. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button so more people can discover it. Leave a comment below and tell us which of these 5 moves you're going to start using with your very next paycheck, or share your own favorite payday habit. And if you want more simple, practical strategies to help you save more, get out of debt, and build long-term wealth, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.